Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a very quick shout out if you can hear me all right. I'm just going to get rid of these annoying little things that open up in my computer. All right, excellent. So let me know that you can hear me fine. Hey Jeff, good to have you on the call. Wolfgang, you as well. Lewis, we've got some other people whose name I can't see. I apologize. But good, let me know that I'm coming through loud and clear. Yes, says Gasel Dana. Give me a 1 if you can see the screen as well. The screen should say, and let me make this full screen now. The screen should say 3 steps to replicate your website instantly. And our $25,000 mistake that prompted today's workshop, plus learn the secrets of how to offer this as a service. So let me know if you can see the screen as well. Give me a 1. Perfect. 3 steps says Jeff. Jeff, that's great. Holger, Annette, Cassell, everyone, good to see you. Now, just so you know, I will be making a very exclusive offer on this call today. I will be making the same offer tomorrow, just different pricing. So the fact that you're here on the call today, you have basically enabled yourself to get an exclusive offer today. It's not going to take very long. I do have a few things to share, but it'll probably take about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, and we'll be completely done. All right, so I won't hold you on for too long. But I will say that the offer that you're going to see today, you will not see tomorrow. So hang tight. Now, let me ask you this question. Did you, last week or so, or the week before, did you hear about the WANNACRY ransomware? Yes or no? And this is the big ransomware that went around, a big bug, not a bug, I don't want to call it a bug. It was a virus that infected a lot of different computers around the world. I think they're saying hundreds of thousands, and you know, people's computers were completely encrypted. They couldn't access anything. They had to send $300 in Bitcoin to this shady company or I think user, and a lot of businesses lost their data. A lot of businesses, you know, had to pay up a lot of money, and that affected a lot of people. So people woke up in the morning and suddenly their, you know, computer content wasn't available anymore. It wasn't accessible anymore. So that happened last week, and it was a big problem. Now, my question to you is, what if that would happen to your websites today? What's your resolution? You know, if that kind of virus affected your website today and you wake up tomorrow morning, what are you going to do to get your business back up and running again? And especially if it's your money-making website, not just anything that you own as a hobby, but it's a website that's bringing in, you know, a couple of $1,000s a month, and that goes down. What's your next course of action? What do you think you'll do? I'm not getting any responses, which is not a very positive thing. It means that you don't have a plan B. You don't have a plan B, and that's okay if you don't. Some people do, some don't. Because if your business is not 100% secure, that is a problem. And it's a problem that we're going to fix today. So today what you're going to learn is three steps to replicate any website that you own instantly. Replicating means cloning it, you know, moving it from one server to the other quickly. Then how you can overcome issues like WANNACRY and other online exploits as well. And then finally, how you can make an additional $99 per month per client without any heavy lifting, simply by offering them this as a service. Now, I won't go into too much about who I am and what KVsocial is. I think if you're on this session today, you already know a lot about us. But I will say this, that we have been able to sustain recurring monthly income for a long time, but what stopped us in our tracks last year was the fact that we lost $25,000 in a product launch. So we created this product. It was called Mobile X. We brought it out to the marketplace, and 6 hours after launch, our entire website went down. I mean, the entire website. You would go there, it would say web server not found. And it was a bit alarming because everyone was promoting that offer. We were driving ads to that offer. It just completely went down. We tried to figure out what had happened, and it took us about an hour to realize that all the files in the server had gone. We don't know who had done what. Maybe it was someone from our team, maybe it was a developer, maybe it was my partner. I don't think it was me. I didn't log into the FTP, but if you go into FTP, the entire thing was completely wiped out. Of course, the hosting service said, it's not our fault. We said, okay, fine, water under the bridge. Can you recover this for us? They said, sure, it'll take us 4 hours through the recovery. And we only have a version from 3 days ago. So the result of which was that we got, all the sales page changes that we had done, everything vanished into thin air. We had made the cardinal mistake of not having backups, of not having easily accessible backups, and we lost about 6 hours in the process. We lost close to $25,000 just on that day and the next day as well. So the problem with most online businesses like yours and mine is that we don't really have insurance. We probably have health insurance, we probably have life insurance, but we don't have business insurance to speak of. If a business goes down, we go down with it. It's a big problem. So that's something we want to change today. That's something we want to basically help you overcome. And that day we lost $25,000 because we didn't have any backups in place. The third-party backups that were in place took about 5 hours to restore. And if we had our own backup, it would have been faster. It would have been easier. But we just haven't anticipated that. And that prompted us to create the solution that I'm going to show you today. And for those of you who said, we didn't hear about WANNACRY, and there are a couple of those on the call, basically it exploited millions of computers this month. They encrypted, hid, or stole all the files, only recoverable if you pay like $300 via Bitcoin. And if it happens to you money-making websites, it is a total loss. I mean, not a total loss. I guess you can pay $300 and hope that they update your website, but it might not happen. It might not happen. So, that's been a big problem for a lot of businesses, and it might be a problem for you as well. So my question to you, and again, it's a very honest, open question, is that if your website goes down, can you get it back up within 24 hours? Yes or no? Let me know. If your website goes back, can you get it back up within 24 hours in the same condition? Yes or no? And it's okay if it's a yes, great. If it's a no, that's completely fine as well. Yes, no, no. Paul says yes. Cassell says, Cassell, if it's okay, I'll read that out. I learned the hard way when I deleted my homepage by mistake, and with no backups of my own, I had to pay my host to restore from 10 days earlier. That's a big pain. That's a very, very big pain. That's exactly what we're trying to resolve on this call today. Now, let me also ask you this. I know you run an online business, but do you run it for yourself? If that is the case, say 1. If it's for your clients, say 2. If it's both, say 3. So if you're doing some kind of online and offline marketing, say 3, otherwise 1 or 2. Let me know. 3 says Wolfgang, okay, so both working for himself and his clients. Brian says 1. RR says 3. And we have Jasmine saying 2. Annette says 1. Okay, so it's kind of, I don't want to say 50-50 because we don't have 2 options, but most of you are running your own online business, but some of you are also working with clients, and that's great. That's perfectly fine. Whichever step, whichever method, whichever kind of business you're working in, I'm going to show you how to replicate websites easily without intensive technical knowledge. Now, let's first answer why. Let's first answer why we need to replicate our websites. Well, if you have a profitable website, then you want to potentially replicate it, edit it, and profit twice, and then scale up, do it 100 times. For example, if you're building niche websites for an affiliate product, let's say if you build one for bicycle parts, and that turns out the website's converting really well, the content's really good, what you want to do is instead of creating another one like that from scratch, you just want to replicate it, get it up and running, then go in, of course, edit the images, edit the content and whatever, but have the structure in place. So if you have a profitable website, it's easier to replicate that than try and create something from scratch. If you have a profitable business and if you want to sell it to someone else, it's easier to install it for them rather than send them a zip file via email. It's simply easy to take the FTP details and say, hey, I'm going to put this website on your domain. It'll be there within the next few hours. Easy peasy. And if you're working with clients, you can create a website on your own server and then push it onto their server. It's faster than getting access to their server. For example, if you're working with a client who doesn't want to give you access to their server, it is much, much easier to simply send them the work that you have done than asking them to trust you with their FTP, because you could mess it up. It could happen. Technical things, everything can go wrong. So it is important to be able to replicate websites quickly, move them from one server to the other. And again, if it sounds too technical, don't worry, I'm going to simplify it for you. Because replicating a website makes it easy to scale up, offer it as a service if you want, or even just have contingencies in place. This is important too. Cassell gave an example where she made a mistake on her homepage and now she had to rely on another service to basically bring her website back to life. But if you could do it yourself, even better. Even better. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you're ready, give me a quick yes. You obviously know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to start talking about website backups. So if you are ready, give me a very strong, very quick yes, and we'll keep on moving forward. Yep. Friend says for a complete database level backup, either the pricing is too high or it has limited functionalities. Learned to backup a while ago when I lost 200 gigs of data, invoices and receipts. I did cry, says Wolfgang. Understandably so. It happens. It happens. Perfect. Now let's jump in. Let me go through each and every step. Step number 1 is using your FTP. I don't know if you have FTP, but there's, let me see, there's one online called, I think it's FTPzilla or something. Yeah, that's the one. So you can download the solution. It's completely free. And what you do is something like this. So you have, for example, on the left-hand side, your computer, and on this side, you have your, your hosting. If it's cPanel or any other thing, you have your hosting over here. And what you have to do, what you can do, is move your websites from left-hand side to right-hand side. If you are taking a backup, you move your website from right-hand side to the left-hand side. Restore happens from left to right, backup happens from right to left. So step number 1 is simple. You download an FTP program like, one of this. It's free, luckily, and you basically put in all your login details and you manually move all the files. And that's okay. Step number 1, very easy. You can find your FTP details from your hosting company. So when you sign up to hosting, they send you FTP details. They tell you some specific details like, they're quite, long, but they're unique. That's a good thing. And it's a one-time thing. It really is a one-time thing, unless if you use something like FileZilla, in which case you do have to put in every time, but you only have to procure these details once, right? And this is the key to your business. If anyone has this, if anyone untrustworthy has this, they can go into your business and they can do a lot of damage. So be careful with this. Be very careful with this. That's the simplest first step. Second step is downloading and uploading your file. Now, as I mentioned, the same process applies. But all you have to do is you have to select all the files, move them from here to there and from there to there, and so on and so forth. Now, this is what might seem like an easy way. Everyone can do copy pasting, right? But here's the problem. When you do a lot of copy pasting like this, things can go wrong. You might overwrite a file you didn't intend to. You might make a mistake you didn't intend to make, and then bringing it back up can be quite difficult. So human error is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of FTPing process goes wrong. So yes, you can download and upload your files like this, but things can go wrong pretty quickly. So it is a boring process, it is a technical process, and like I said, it's a bit long-winded if you have hundreds of files in different folders and you have to be selective about what you copy and move around. And it gets even worse. In step number 3, what you have to do is you have to change configuration so it's recoverable. Just because you move a WordPress folder from your computer to a domain doesn't mean that you can get it up and running immediately. And it's even more difficult with setups like Joomla, sometimes even HTML. It's complicated. So changing configurations can be very, very difficult. I saw this somewhere, by the way. I saw this somewhere. So I thought instead of showing you that link, I'll show you everything you need to know to be able to restore a website manually. Right? So I'm not going to read it all out. As you can tell, it's just a ton of information. And if you're not technical, this is a big, big reason you pay someone $99, $199, even $499 to recover your website. This is the reason you would pay WANNACRY $300 so they could bring your website back to life. And this is the biggest issue in the entire process. Backups are easy. These days you can find plugins that do WordPress backups for you. You can download them to your computer, easy peasy, it's done. But recovery, restoration, is where the problem happens. Because number one, you have to do this manually. Number two, even if you can, it takes time. It's almost like formatting a computer and then bringing it back to life again with all the different software. It just takes the best part of your day. And trust me, you don't want to do that. It is really freaking technical thing to do. I'm not that technical. I mean, if you know me, I wouldn't say I'm the least technical person. I understand software development, but I don't understand systems and I don't understand servers and whatnot. So I don't like to use that. Which is why, like I said, people like you, people like me, we end up paying someone $99 or more to end up restoring our websites. But should you really have to do that? Should you really have to either spend a day or pay someone money to restore what's legally yours? My answer is you shouldn't. Because if you do try to do it yourself, there are some mistakes that you might make. Like I told you, you might overwrite some important files. You might upload your website into the wrong area, which means you can have a lot of downtime. And it's not always easy to download and secure non-WordPress HTML websites. You might make some mistakes. I mean, it really happens. And again, if you have a money-making website, that's an absolute disaster. That's a position that you really don't want to find yourself in. And Jeff, you're right. Jeff says, I bet you've got a fix. Jeff, I definitely have a fix. I do have a fix for that. And I'm going to show you that very shortly, actually soon. Because my job as a programmer, as a CEO who's leading a team programmer, is to make that step as easy for you as possible. My job is to make sure that I take out the technicalities out of the equation. Because if I have to ask you to do, let me go back to this slide. If I have to ask you to do this every time to restore your website, it's just a really, really bad deal. I mean, imagine for people who are doing knit sites, they have 600 of these, 700 of these. If it happens to them, they're basically screwed. Basically. So we have, of course, as you can guess, a solution. It's called SiteSync. It opens up tomorrow, but like I said, because this is an exclusive call, and even though we're recording it, we don't intend to distribute the replays, even though this is an exclusive call, I am going to give you a special offer that you're not going to see anywhere else. So SiteSync, as you can imagine with the name, as you can guess from the name, is a website backup solution that helps you backup, download, and restore your websites. It could be a WordPress website, it could be HTML website, it could also be Joomla, we're working on Magento, could be all of those. Our job is to get it back up and running as quickly as possible when that happens. Some of you might notice this as well. So we have a couple of integrations that are going in. You will also be able to integrate with InstaSuite and AdConnect, which are a couple of our platforms, right? So that way, if you have more of your work which is on different websites that different programs that we own, you can also back those up as well. So let me show you basically how easy it is to operate this. So I'm going to, instead of adding a new one, because I don't have a new one that I want to add, I'm going to show you this one. So I'm using the WordPress plugin for this, right? I'll explain that. So if I click on edit, there are 5 ways to do backups. The first method is a WordPress plugin, which again, I'm sure a lot of you know this. If you have a WordPress plugin, you can back up your entire website. So we do that. Second step is connecting it with AdConnect. We're still building it in. That's why you don't see the ADC hash key. Third one is InstaSuite. So if you have InstaSuite, for example, if you're one of the customers who own InstaSuite, you can also back up your funnels from InstaSuite. If you don't have any of these, if you just want to back up basically all your websites from FTP, you can do that too. That's fine as well. Or if you want to do a manual backup, you can do a manual backup as well, which just means uploading a file into our server. So in this case, we have a WordPress plugin installed into AdHero. And what we have done, so it's a normal WordPress plugin, you download it, you install it as any other plugin, and this is the unique key that we give you. And this is unique every time you try and back up a website. And when you put that key into the plugin on your website, you click on check. It checks if it can detect that the website is live, if the plugin is live. If it is, it says successfully validated. Perfect. Then you click on next, and then if it's an FTP, that you can select all sites, right? Or you can select some of the sites in there, that's up to you. But because there's only one website, we can choose. I want daily backups, or I want one-time backups, bi-weekly, weekly, bi-monthly, monthly. Up to you. right? Of course, I always recommend do daily if you can, but if it's a website that you're not really working on all the time, simply go for bi-weekly or weekly. That's fine too. Select one of them, recurrency, and I think I got to work on these spellings, but select one of them, then click on next and confirm, and you're good to go. Now we can go in and back up your website. Let me show you the Smart FTP connection that we have in place. So for Smart FTP, what we have done is we have put in the FTP details, which we got from, again, if you have some kind of, let's say, hosting, you can get these details from them. And what I want to do now is actually just hide some details, because I accidentally did show it, but I can't really show you my password. So let me hide those. Okay, let me just pause the screen for a second because I can't show you the password, of course. Okay, there we go. All right, so now you'll see the screen. So this is where we put the FTP password in and connection type, and then simply click on check and validate, and of course see the password as well. There you go, connection successful. And then once the connection is successful, oh what the hell, I'll show you the password. Once the connection is successful, you simply click on next, and we check basically what files are in there, what different sites are in there. If there's more than one set of sites in there, we can back up that as well. That's completely fine too. So it'll take us a few seconds, I think, to a minute to fetch all the files that are listed, all the sites that are listed on this FTP. When you bring that in, again, you can set up recurrency. Do you want files to be backed up every week, every day, so on and so forth. So we only have this one WordPress website. So we're going to say, okay, let's back this up and daily, and simply go ahead and confirm, and we're good to go. Right? So if you have any kind of website, you can easily back those up. Then you can go into archive and you can see all these websites here. So you can see that this is 440 MB. I think I'll also make a note here, and I think my developers might be on this call. Make a note to basically also add a date of last download, last backup, so you know that as well. And then I'll go into Viral Store. There you go, that's the website there. Press Hero, there's that one. And this one is quite big. This is like 2.5 GB or something, really, really big website. But that's backed up as well, which is great. If I want to download this, because it is my file, I can download that. I don't need to ask anyone. I don't need to pay anyone. It's easy for me to download this website onto my computer and re-upload it in future anywhere else if so I want to. And then finally I have the restore function, which is, again, I mean, something we're building tutorials in here, so you'll be able to see how to restore in each and every case for different hosting providers. So in this case, if I want to restore, let's say this one, I can choose the same FTP and see I have two backup files, right? So one of them is from, they're both from the same day, but that's because I just backed up today. And this way you can restore one of the older versions if you want to, right? So actually not the same, they're 11th and 21st. I got mixed up with the American dates. So I can either restore them to the same FTP, or if I want to clone them, I could choose different FTP, right? Again, a little bit technical, but don't worry. We'll cover tutorials here that will show you how to set this up. So you should have all the FTP details, and again, from your hosting, you should get these details as well. And when you submit, it'll take us about 30 minutes or so to restore your website back up, depending again on how big it is. If it's 2.5 gigs, it will take some time. But if it's like a couple of hundred MBs, it'll be done within 30 minutes or so. So this way, again, if you build out a website that is profitable, you can clone it multiple times. If you want to give it done for your website to your students, for example, you can restore it for them on their FTPs instantly. They don't have to do any installation themselves. Same for your clients as well. So Holger, does that answer your question? This is how you restore it to different domains. So you simply choose, basically I will choose this file, this is the file that I want, and I'll say other FTP, and this is the different domain that I'll put in. I'm not going to put an InstaSuite, but I could say that in this case I want to put, for example, KVsocial.com special. And this is where now the website will show up. Good question. Is the backup incremental? That is, it backs up only the change listed, the complete backup again and again. So we don't do complete backups. It is incremental. As you can see here, these are the two versions that I have. Let me see if I have multiple versions of this. So these are the two versions that I have, and multiple versions for this one. As you can see, there were some problems here. So it was 0 MB, it hadn't backed up. This is 2.7 MB, 2.7 GB. And next time when we back it up, then yes, that version would show up as well in here. And yes, it is incremental, but you can also see some of the recent ones. I mean, eventually we'll have to clean them out, you know, if it goes beyond like 30 days or so. But yes, you can see the older versions. Can you do this with a local host? That is, you build a site on your computer and then transfer it to a website. No. Well, I guess you can. If the file structure is proper, Wolfgang, then yes, you can. I don't see why not. If it's like, for example, if it is WordPress or HTML based, then yes, you can upload it via, let me see, you can upload it via the manual option, and then yes, you will be able to restore it. But again, like I said, I'll check that up as well. And I think Paul's on the call. Paul, if you can make a note of that so that we do check that up as well later, that would be great. Cool. Again, it's very easy to use. I mean, like I said, the demo for this would be quite short because there's really nothing else to it. There's really nothing else to this backup, download, and restore. And if it looks too easy, it is because it is. It's not because I'm hiding any details. It's because it is really easy. All right. So let me jump back into the presentation. Like I said, I will be making you a very, very unique offer. Now do type yes for me if you feel that SiteSync can make you and your business easier and secure. Well, not just you, but your business easier and secure. If you feel that, give me a quick yes. And if it's a no, it is completely fine. You know, not all of our products suit everyone. It's a given. Yep. Excellent. Yes, 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 sure, yes, perfect.
Hey Neil, you're still there? Guys, just give me a quick yes or a 1 if you can still hear me. I think Neil got booted out from GoToWebinar sometime. Okay, alright. Alright, yeah, unfortunately we got, Neil got booted out. Let me just take the screen from him and let me show my screen as well. And just give me a quick yes once you do see my screen here. Alright, so you should see on your screen backup, download, and restore any website or on autopilot under 60 seconds. Now, before I go into that, let me just answer a few questions here. I have a question here from Bodybuilding Supplements. Does it back up instant e-com stores? And as long as it's running on WordPress, HTML, Joomla, or PHP, right? It should work. The only thing that we can't back up at the moment would be sites like Shopify, right? So that's the only limitation at the moment. All right. So, but anything else that uses any kind of platform like that, like Magento, yes, it can back it up. All right. So our membership site e-com stores are certainly on certain platforms. Not sure we need this. Are we able to get full money back if we don't find this useful? Of course. Just like with any product we have, we back it up with a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. So if ever you're not satisfied with it, you don't find it useful, just contact support and we'll be happy to refund your money. All right. All right. So about the software, but I'm wondering if it's a replay of this webinar. You mean yesterday's webinar? I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we are actually doing this live. As you can see, I'm answering your questions. How about the storage space? All right. So let's talk about in detail what SiteSync actually gives you. All right. First is you can back up just about any site. If you have a WordPress site, there's a WordPress plugin included. If you have a PHP, HTML site, then all you need to get access to would be with the FTP logins. And that's something you can get with your host. That's something you can set up with your own cPanel. It's a quick 30-second job if you want to get that done. All right, you can download entire websites. That's going to include the database. That's going to include the images. That's going to include everything, the CSS, all of the necessary stuff that you would need to rebuild the website. Now, I got a question earlier asking that, are you saying that the WannaCry ransomware happened because they didn't have a backup solution? No. The idea is it happened, it caused so much damage because you have to rely on someone else to do the restoration. Because backups are backups. But how can you restore your site from the backup yourself? That's the part that's complicated. If you're able to, let's say something happens to your website, something got deleted, right? But you have a backup and you're able to restore it quickly. No harm, no foul. But if you have to wait 4 to 5 hours, unfortunately, you're losing money in that way. And this is what it provides you. You can quickly restore full websites within 2 minutes. And you can backup, restore HTML. You can even sync, right? You can even sync to other third-party cloud-based storages. This is going to include Google Drive. This is going to include Amazon S3, Dropbox, OneDrive. And we even include our own cloud solution because we want to make sure that you're not only reliant on public cloud hosting or cloud storage servers. We want to make sure we create our own if you want the most secure cloud hosting because it's privately owned. It's not owned by Google. It's not monitored by anyone else. It's on our own custom setup. And everything is mobile responsive. That means you don't need to log into a computer to do a backup if ever you want to do that. Everything is going to be or can be accessed to the mobile phone, and everything is set up as a pre-schedule. That means you don't need to log in every single time, every month, every week, every day to keep things from happening. Once it's set up, it's fire and forget. It's going to continue observing your site and making backups based on the preference that you have selected. And with the Elite version, you're going to be able to get 50 gigs of storage, 50 gigabytes of storage on our own server. Now, if you do want to back up your files to Dropbox or Amazon S3, then that totally depends on you. But our solution already includes 50 gigs of storage. All right. Now, we also have some special bonuses for you guys as well. First is we're going to do a special webinar this Friday, right, on the 26th rather, and it's going to be happening at 3 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to talk about how you can back up your software, your entire website, and of course how to offer this as a business as well, as a solution to your clients. On top of that, we're also going to give you the WordPress plugin called Sticky Note Ads. It's going to allow you to add attention-grabbing notes inside your WordPress blog. You're also going to get the WP Engage Plus. You're also going to get the WP Easy Launcher. So if you don't have a landing page builder, for example, you can use this one here. All right. So with SiteSync, you can back up entire full website regardless of what platform they're using. You can download entire website. You can store websites in under 2 minutes, and you can sync with Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon S3, and OneDrive. It's 100% mobile responsive. It's cloud-based, so that you don't have to worry about downloading anything. You just simply log in, and the backups will be done for you. You don't need to worry about updates and any compatibilities problems with your host. And you also get smart FTP technology to pre-schedule everything, plus 50 gig storage on a private cloud hosting or cloud storage server of our own, on top of being able to integrate with other third-party cloud storage services. All that, guys, is available for you. Not for $297 per year, but during this special launch, you can jump in at either the $29 one-time lifetime access fee, and you have a 5-site limit, you can back up entire FTP sites, and you also get 10 gig storage for this. But for just $6, well, $7, $8 more, you can get the elite version for still a one-time lifetime access fee of $37, and you get 50 sites rather than just 5 sites. You get all these features, including 50 gigs of storage. Alright, so guys, please do note that the pricing I'm showing you right now, so if you're watching this as a replay, please do note if you see a different price, unfortunately, these pricing is limited to a certain amount of time. Alright, rather in my case, it's going to be until midnight Eastern tonight. So, guys, if you want to jump in, the link to go to is sync.syncmanage.com. Alright, if you're jumping in, give me a quick yes or a 1 in the chat. And let me just answer a few questions as well. I'll type in the link in the chat box. If you're not sure with anything, so if you have any questions, just let me know in the chat as well. Again, this is what the live webinars are for. We want to make sure that we cover all of your questions. Oh, wrong link there. Give me one quick second. There we go. All right. So let me see. How about storage space? Yeah, this is 50 gig of storage on our own server, and you can integrate with other third-party solutions as well. All right. Is this via PayPal? Yes. How to restore WordPress? All right. It's pretty easy. You just simply log into the software, and you just type in the database name and the password, and the software will do the rest for you. What about tech support? Of course, tech support is going to be on. We have actually created a dedicated customer service and tech support for this as well. So of course, we're going to provide you support with any of our apps, and you can also get tutorials as well with the software. Okay. Does this work on all e-commerce store? Has it been implemented for all platforms? We did use this for InstaSuite, InstaStore for e-commerce, and viral stores, as Neil showed you guys earlier. But again, if you're talking about custom solutions, just let us know which one you mean. If you're using, again, it's just with any software, there are limitations in a way, but if you're talking about HTML, PHP, Magento, and Joomla, yes, it can back it up. The only current limit that we do have is we can't back up Shopify stores, since everything is on their server. They do not exactly provide you any FTP details, right? It's a software as a service. Where is the data stored? That actually depends on you. Do you want it stored on your local hard drive? Do you want it stored on Dropbox? Do you want it stored on Google Drive? Or do you want to store it on our own cloud-based storage? Can you do all of them all together? Absolutely. So you can have redundancy as well. If our site is on another platform, we do not need this. Again, by building supplements, I'm not really sure what kind of platform you mean, but as long as the platform is running on HTML, PHP, Joomla, or Magento, this can work for you, regardless of where your hosting is at, regardless if you have shared hosting or you have dedicated hosting. Okay? If it's smart member, I'm not confident that it will be able to back it up, because you do need FTP details if you're gonna be using something different instead. As long as you have access to the files by FTP, then you should be able to back it up full time. Alright, so guys, let me know. Once again, let me know. Give me a quick yes or one right now if you're jumping in. Again, it's a one-time lifetime access fee of $37. Now, I did get a very interesting chat earlier when we opened this up. Someone asked, I already bought a lot of backup solutions and they got shut down or they disappeared after a few months. Now, my simple answer was for him, I actually forgot his name, was that we never gave up on a software ever since. We've been supporting all of our softwares. We even have, I think, apps that are more than 4 years old. So our reputation is going to be a guarantee that you're going to have a software that has a minimum shelf life of 2 to 3 years. All right. Yep, we're always committed to our software because again, I use it myself on my personal website, and we even use it ourselves as well on a corporate scale. All right, thank you for that, Wolfgang. Exactly, we never have given up on any solutions we have, even if there's only 10, 20 users for it, as long as it hasn't met that limit, which I highly doubt it will. We're just gonna keep on running every single time. All right, so let's talk about the upgrade, because someone asked here about what if you need more storage space. I'm gonna talk about that in a bit as well. All right, so the next upgrade, again, please do note that all the upgrades are completely optional, and they also are included, or rather, they're also covered with a 30-day money-back guarantee. All right. So again, you can get the upgrades. If you don't think it's going to be useful for you, then you can always just get a refund for the upgrade instead. All right. So let me show you this. The first upgrade is actually the SiteSync Pro version. Now with this, you'll be able to power up and backup and get unlimited sites instead of just being limited to just 50 websites. And here's the big kicker here. You get unlimited developer and team licenses. Now, this alone is worth every single penny. Why? Because not only you'll be able to secure as many websites as you want, not only you'll be able to get 24/7 website monitoring and automatic notification via your email if something happens to your website, but you also are able to add 5 different team licenses. That means you can hire VAs to man your business. They're going to have their own logins, access to certain details of specific accounts as well. And you're going to get unlimited client developer license with this upgrade, and you're also going to be able to create access specifically for that client. This alone easily would cost you $197. No limit to how many clients you can service with this upgrade. And you can send them their own logins as well via the client management page or tab on the membership area. Plus, you're going to get additional bonuses from us as well. First is, if you don't have an e-commerce store, you're going to get our InstaStore Pro. It's going to include personal and developer rights. You'll be able to create an affiliate e-commerce store that's connected to both Amazon and AliExpress. That means you don't need to stock products. You don't need to do FBA. You just simply sign up as an affiliate and you get a commission for every sale that your site generated. Now, how does this work? Basically, you create a niche website. You'll rank that. You can add your own domain name. You can rank your website. And what happens is that every time you get a sale, is going to be a passive income stream for you. You don't need to come in to the store updating the price and whatnot. It automatically does that for you. All right, so that's bonus number one. Bonus number two is Ad Hero. Now this is our HTML5 ad creator. That's when we can use this one to create Facebook ads, banner ads, and any kind of HTML5 ads as well. You can even create video banner ads as well with this video on top of a HTML5 animation. All right, so all of this, guys, available for you at the for the upgrade. Unlimited websites, 24/7 website monitoring and auto notification, 5 team licenses, and unlimited client developer license as well. All right. Now, easily we could sell this pro version, especially with unlimited client license, for $407 a year. But during the special launch, you can jump in for a one-time fee of $97. But we actually minimize this only until this launch. Instead of $97, you can actually jump into this. Made a mistake here. This should be $67 rather than $97 a year, and it's $67 one-time lifetime access fee. All right, so let me just change it for a bit, and if you have any questions, let me know in the chat right now. And if you're jumping in for the pro, give me a yes right now in the chat. All right, so let me just update this one here. All right, so does developer access mean I can give access to my clients? Yes. And how much do I need to charge them? You can charge them anywhere, anything, any amount you want. Again, remember that you keep 100% of the profit for whatever you charge that client for. All right. So let me just change this. Again, this is supposed to be a yearly package, but we actually decided that it's going to be a one-time lifetime access fee instead. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, guys, it's a one-time lifetime access fee for the pro version. That's going to include unlimited developer rights, 5 team licenses. You're going to get 24/7 website monitoring as well. All of that included with a one-time fee of $67. Now, someone is asking here, how about we want to back up a YouTube channel? That's actually the second upgrade that we have. All right. So, second upgrade is called VidSync, rather short for Video Sync. All right. Basically, with this upgrade, you'll be able to back up all of your videos. So, if you have, for example, you have VidSync and you were able to set up your backup solution to work, then and if ever your channel has problems, you can rest easy knowing that you can recover your videos easily. So with this, with VidSync, you can back up and download and restore up to 50 YouTube channels. Right? That include your own channels or for your clients' channels as well. You can also back up, download, and restore 50 Vimeo channels as well. Now, please do note that the download process here, although you can download it manually to your computer, happens on a server-to-server case. That means nothing really. It doesn't take forever to download and upload 50 or 60 or over 100 videos, because this happens on a server-to-server basis. It's quite fast. It will just take a few minutes, and you don't even need to wait until it gets done. Once you work on restoration, you can leave it be, get a cup of coffee, get some pizza, and once you come back, it's done for you. All right. Aside from Vimeo and YouTube, you also get to download and backup and restore 50 WishShare channels. And this also includes 5 team licenses and unlimited client developer license as well. So if you have the Pro version and if you have the VidSync upgrade as well, you're now able to offer backup solutions for both websites and videos. And you can offer that as an upsell to your services to your clients as well. Alright, so with VidSync upgrade, or upgrade number 2 rather, you're going to get to download and backup 50 YouTube channels, backup and download and restore 50 Vimeo channels, and even Wistia channels as well. 5 team licenses, and this also includes unlimited client developer license as well. Alright, now we normally charge $147 for this a one-time fee. Alright, so there are 2 packages you can jump into. You can get the monthly package or the one-time lifetime access fee of $147. Alright, so guys, if you're jumping in, if you're looking for a video backup solution, just type in a yes or a 1 in the chat right now. Do I need to install anything for this? Nope. Again, everything is going to be on the cloud, so you don't need to install anything. You don't need to worry about upgrades. All you have to worry about is going to be getting access and setting it up once and for all. Alright, now a little clarify for this. Now the presentation, although it shows 147, but until midnight Eastern tonight, you can jump in either to a monthly plan of $29 or a one-time plan or one-time fee of $97. Again, now please do note that this is only available for a very limited time, so I do recommend you do jump in for this, because even the prices on our presentation here is not updated based on the one on the sales page right now. So we're extending the discount until midnight Eastern tonight. So let me see. We only need the YouTube backup solution for us, not needing the developer license. What is the fee? Unfortunately, it's a package right now, Bodybuilding Supplements. So you can just get, if you can just get the most basic package for the main offer, which is currently available at $29, and you can just jump into the video sync upgrade. Okay. All right, perfect. So Clementine is jumping in, Bodybuilding is jumping in as well. How about the others? Let me just answer Ronald's question. Well, if I did miss your question, by the way, guys, now I do apologize. Just type it in again in the chat so that I can go get back to it. All right. Developer means, yes, I think I answered that. So developer rights mean you can offer it as a service, and since we also include an interface with that, your clients can have their own logins as well. For the Pro, each team member will also include unlimited sites. So it's about a storage page for each member. Each member will have their own logins, and they will have unlimited sites, and storage space with our built-in solution is 50 gigs for everyone, right? Collectively. How many videos are you limited to per channel? Unlimited. No, there's a limit on how many videos you can download, backup, and restore. That limitation is included with Vimeo and Wistia as well. All right. $97 for 50 channels. That's correct. $97 for the video sync upgrade, which is upgrade number 2. 50 channels for YouTube, Vimeo, and Wistia. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to link you to just get the main offer, right, of the basic package, and go to this upgrade. Let me just give me one quick second. Let me just send you the direct link to the video backup. Again, but please do note that please make sure to purchase the basic version first, or the main version, before jumping in to the upgrade number 2, or the video sync upgrade. $67 is for unlimited website backups. Yes, that's correct, Steven. All right. So let's jump into the last upgrade here. The last upgrade is actually going to be for power users. So if you have heavy websites that are taking 2-3 gigs of space, and you have more than 50 of them, right? So you're gonna run out of your 50 gigs quite fast. So this is what the next upgrade is all about. So the next upgrade is going to include premium storage. So this is again for anyone who has websites, files, music, Excel sheets, data, or any kind of special documents you would like to keep away from Google, keep away from Dropbox, but you'd like to store it on your own private cloud hosting server. And this is what this is for. All right. So with the premium storage, you have the option of either getting a terabyte of storage or 1,000 gigabytes additional storage to back up websites, videos, and backup documents for your computer as well. All right. So there are two packages for this. You can either get it at the premium package of $67 a year, and you get 50 or 500 gigs of storage additional. And you can use this to back up websites, videos, documents as well. But if you do need more, this is actually the mistake here. This should include 1 terabyte of storage. So it's gonna be 10,000 or 1,000 gigs of storage for $97 a year. And you can use this to back up videos, websites, and even documents as well from your computer. All right. Now, all of this is available with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can rest easy knowing that if ever you made a mistake of overthinking it, you can always contact us via support, and we'll be more than happy to refund you. Again, we do not want to keep your money if you're not able to use the software. The main reason why we're offering this because we want to make sure that you do have an option. You can't say that Neil, Alvin, or the KVsocial team never offered or warned me against backing up websites. All right. Let me just answer a few questions here. Developer license include video sync? Yes. So if you do get video sync as well, you're gonna get the developer access for that solution as well. So you can offer video restoration service or video backups as a service to your client as well. Okay. Once again, yeah, 67 that it's gonna include unlimited website backups or unlimited websites rather. So where is this 1 terabyte of cloud storage located? Mainly on our server. Right, we do have a dedicated cloud server that we use for our own company as well. All right, so if I purchase OTO2 or video sync, what is the individual combined YouTube channels? What is the storage for individual combined storage limit? All right, so for the video sync, if you're gonna get that, there's exactly no limit on how much storage you can do since everything is SaaS based. All right, it's just limited to the number of channels rather. So you have 50 channels limit for the videos itself. Okay. All right, let me know if that answered your question. So there's no limit on how many videos there are, just a number of limit on how many channels you can back up for video sync rather. That's combined, 50 channels combined. All right, 67 for 50 gigs of 50 gig. No, Steven, it's $37 for the Elite. It's 50 sites plus 50 gigs of storage. If you are upgrading, you're gonna get the additional features, but instead of being limited to just 50 sites to back up, you now have unlimited sites, given the given that they fit the 50 gig storage. All right. All right. So let me just check that. Perhaps there's a typo in my email here, or in my presentation here. So yeah, Video Sync again is available either at a monthly plan of $29 or a one-time fee of $97. So again, we have changed the pricing a bit. It's supposed to be the correct pricing, or the old pricing for this will be the one on the presentation, but it has been lowered. Instead of $147 for the yearly, you can now get the one-time plan or one-time fee for Video Sync for $97. Okay, I hope that clears it up. You can see that on your screen as well. This is for upgrade number 2. Alright, so guys, let's do a quick roll call. If you jump in for the main offer, give me a 1. A 2 if you jump in for the Pro version, or a 3 if you got the Video Sync or the additional storage as well. Alright, now again, let's clarify with this. Now please do note that the pricing I'm showing you right now is only going to be limited for a certain amount of time. So just in case this will be shown as a replay and you see a different price, please do note that usually the price that we show on the webinars are only going to be good for the next 2 or 3 hours. In our case, until midnight Eastern tonight. No problem, bodybuilding. Alright, so I see Steven has jumped in for 1 and 2. 1 for Clementine, 1 for James as well, and I think Wolfgang has already purchased 1 and 2 as well, based on our previous chat earlier. Alright, so guys, let me know if you have any other questions. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, this is the best time to ask. This is going to be the last webinar for today, so I do hope you ask questions so that you can jump in for the best deal as possible. All right, so let me just read through Ronald's question here. If we purchase OTO1 or the Pro version, there's a 5-team member license. The combined limit for all team members is limited to 50 gigs, or is it for each member? That's going to be combined limit, not for each member. All right, each team member can use 50 sites, or is it combined limit of 50 sites for all team members? If you got the Pro, then there is no more 50 site limit. So you're only limited to the storage space. So again, the Pro version allows you unlimited sites, still 50 gigs of storage, 24/7 website monitoring, and of course, unlimited developer rights as well. All right, so Ronald, let me know if that answered your question. See, if I run out of 50 gigs and I need more, but I don't want to pay for the premium storage, what do I do? You can just integrate Dropbox, Google Drive as well. Okay? But of course, if you really like to keep everything secure on a server that's not publicly used, then the best way to go would be through the premium storage, which is available as upgrade number 3. If we purchase OTO3, can this be 1 terabyte be shared with team members as well? Yes, it will be shared with team members as well if you get OTO3 or the premium storage. Pro version, unlimited website, not unlimited storage, 50 gig storage. Okay? We can't really offer unlimited storage. Think about it. A website, some websites, especially that has a lot of images and videos, can take a gig or 2 gigs. It's not feasible for us. We'll go bankrupt if we offer unlimited storage for everyone. People will just put in a lot of stuff there that it's not going to be very useful. If we finish one, if we consume 1 terabyte, can we top it up? There are plans. So if you do like use up the 1 terabyte, which I highly doubt, you can just contact support, and there will be a additional plan that you can get on top of it. But even with all of our websites, guys, think about us. We have Viral Stores, InstaStore, we have InstaSuite. All these apps didn't even take up 1 terabyte. So just to give you an idea, a terabyte is like 1,000 gigs. On my computer, I only have 500 gigs, and I don't even eat up that much. All right, so guys, let me know if you have any questions. All right, one more time, I'm gonna paste the link in the chat. I just want to make sure you get it. Again, the link to go to is site.syncmanage.com. Now again, this is a very special price that we're showing you today, so I do hope you jump in before the price increases by midnight Eastern tonight. All right, final call for questions, guys. Your computer does not need to be running. All you need to do is just set up a schedule for it, either daily, bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, and even if you don't log in, even if you take a vacation for a year, it will keep backing up your website. And since everything's incremental, you don't need, it only backups the latest changes to your website. It doesn't create duplicates. You're welcome, Clementine. Again, we're happy to provide a solution to a problem that could have been avoided. If only we had this when Mobile X was launched. It was an oversight, and if it can happen to us, it can happen to you as well. And we have dedicated servers for our website, and it still did not prevent it from happening. The ransomware actually affected over 230,000 computers, and it even includes the British healthcare system. So just think about the scale of that. All right, so guys, since I don't see any other questions coming in, we're gonna wrap things up. So if you do have any questions, you can contact support via syncmanage.freshdesk.com. So guys, I do hope you jump in and get it at the most affordable price right now. All right. So thank you, Ronald. Thank you, Stephen, Clementine, James, Wolfgang, Dana, Eric, Nupia, Denova, McFarlane, Dennis, Raphael. Thank you guys for joining the call, and I do hope to see you inside the members area. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.